like it is the equivalent of the red pill.
This is a technology, it's a computing language, and I can build an app on it.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future?
Crypto gang, it's the gang, big gang, alt gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. Oh.
Hey, this is Andrew from SciChart, and today I'm going to talk to you about an algorithmic trading framework that we've built using SciChart WPF high-performance real-time charts. So here you can see a very familiar price pattern if you are a trader. This is obviously Bitcoin US dollar over the last 2 years. This is actually a 2-hour chart, and if you zoom into it, you can see we can see the 2-hour bars, but you can also see these ghosted candlesticks, which are actually daily bars over the top. So we're visualizing 2 time frames here. So we've got about 2 years of 2-hour bars. Don't know how many bars it is, probably a couple of thousand. And then we've got the daily time frame over it. In addition to that, we've got additional series on this chart. So we have volume series down at the bottom, and this is on a separate scale to the main series. We've got scatter series. These are these little circular points, which are showing the time and date of trades. And then we have these arrows here, which are showing the size and direction of trades, but they're also showing some more information in a tooltip. We've got additional series such as a trailing stop loss here that we've added on, and that's for taking profit and getting out of a trade if the price reverses. And then we also have indicator panels below. So in this example, we have an indicator panel here with the relative strength index in blue, but we also have the relative strength on the daily time frame in orange. So we're plotting multi-time frames here. The next thing we have on this panel down here is we've got our profit and loss from the trading strategy. So this is an algorithmic trading strategy that we've written with our own framework internally, and it makes pretty good profit. So we start off with $1,000 in our wallet balance. So just for argument's sake, $1,000, and over 2 years of trading, we have $6,000. So that's a pretty good return on investment over a 2-year time frame for a trading strategy. In addition to that, we are plotting our profit and loss using something that's called a band series. So if it dips below the initial wallet balance of 1,000, then it goes red. Otherwise, it stays in the green. This is quite popular for trading. You want to see if something's gone negative pretty quickly. And we're plotting additional things such as this is our own proprietary trend indicator. Is it an up or a downtrend? Works pretty well when the market is trending. As you can see, here to here is an uptrend and here to here is a downtrend. Not so well when the market is sideways. So this is a brief look at what we've done. Now I want to break it down and show you the code to show you how we've done this. So essentially, we have got a SDK that we've created internally, and we have a window here called a plot window, and this simply hosts a multi-pane chart control. The multi-pane chart control is the whole thing that you can see. So this is essentially here, a multi-pane chart control is all of this inside a plot window. And this basically has something called a SciChart group, which is a WPF items control with a little bit of extra functionality. But think of it as an items control. We're binding to a collection of chart panes, and we have an item template for each pane. So in this example, we have 4 panes. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and each one of these would correspond to one of these chart panes, and each one of them would correspond to one of these chart pane controls. Let's have a look at how it looks in the view model. So the plot window view model is quite simple. There's not a lot to it. We've got a few properties for configuring the chart, but the most important part is this. We've got an observable collection of chart pane view model, and these are our chart panes, and they're bound to the SciChart group here. Each chart pane view model has on it, if I go down here into the base, it's got a number of properties to configure the chart pane, but the important thing is it has observable collections for the y-axis, x-axis, series, and annotations. And these are using the SciChart MVVM API. So we have view models for every axis type, for every series type, and for every annotation type. Our chart pane control, which renders a single chart panel, is declared as follows. So one of these is a chart pane control. And in it we have a SciChart surface, which binds to the annotations, series, X and Y axis observable collections that we just showed you. So if I show you these side by side, it should make perfect sense. What's happening here is, hang on, wrong pane. Here we go. There we go. Our annotations here in the SciChart surface are bound to this observable collection. The series are bound to this one, and the X and Y axis are bound to this one. Furthermore, in each SciChart surface, we've got this property called a chart modifier. The chart modifier is a behavior modifier that we have in SciChart that lets you add zooming, panning, tooltip, legend type behavior to the chart. So when you use this, you'll see that we've got the ability to zoom by mouse wheel. We've got the ability to pan by dragging. We can drag the X axis. We can drag the Y axis, and we can zoom to extents. We also have a cursor, which is a crosshair, and we have this sort of legend that's showing as you move the mouse over the chart. All of this is created by the behaviors that you can see here in the chart modifier, the zoom pan modifier, the X axis drag modifier. All of these modifiers come with SciChart out of the box, but one of them here we've created is a custom modifier. So this one here is called the Y-axis drag to free range modifier. And what it does is it lets you drag the Y-axis, but it fires this event called panned when you drag it. And this is being used to provide a behavior that's a little bit like TradingView. So what we wanted to do is when the panned event fires, we want to fire a command to disable auto range. So you'll see that I'm able to drag this chart, and as I drag it, it's automatically ranging the Y-axis. But sometimes that's not the behavior I want. Sometimes I want a free range. So this button down here is bound to auto range. So with that enabled, I can't drag vertically. But you'll notice when I drag the Y-axis, it also unchecks that button. So this is the kind of thing that you can do with SciChart. Not only is it a very fast chart, you know, we pride ourselves on having the fastest WPF chart, but it's also the most configurable. It's very, very flexible and powerful in what it does. Let me show you a little bit about how we're driving this chart. So I showed you how you can add and remove panes, series, annotations in order to get this behavior, but how does that actually look in code? Well, in our own in-house algo trading framework, what we've done is we've built something called a strategy visualizer. So for every trading strategy, there's a visualizer that goes with it that's responsible for drawing that strategy on the chart. And what we do here in the init function is we're creating a chart, and then we're creating a main chart pane, and we're creating and adding candlestick series to it and setting the colors for it. We're adding a volume series. We're able to specify which axis the volume series goes on, and that is what gives us this scaling. So the volume series is on a separate y-axis that's actually hidden. You can't see it, but it's there. So it scales separately to the main price pane. And then we're adding additional panes for profit and loss, indicators such as relative strength, and we're drawing onto these P&L series. We're also drawing in, we're subscribing to a trading feed. So there's a trading feed here, and every time there's a trade that's executed by our algorithmic trading engine, we're adding a buy and a sell marker to the chart. So that's these markers here. And we've actually achieved this by building something called a custom annotation. So we've built this shape here, and we've created a buy marker annotation view model that inherits base annotation view model. So we're able to specify custom markers on the chart as well. And then when the market ticks or updates, so you have on bar close and on tick, we are updating our series and we're updating things in here. If I look at the derived class of this standard strategy visualizer, this one is the one that visualizes just the candlesticks and the P&L and the trades. But if you have your own indicators that you've added, like we talked about the fact earlier that we have 2 relative strengths on here and we've got multiple time frames, of Candlestick on the same chart. So we're able to hook into the same engine here and add additional series. So we've added one for the stop loss. We've added one for the relative strength and the daily candlestick series and the daily relative strength index. We're able to add shapes onto the chart. So we've added a shape here, which is essentially a annotation, but it's a stretched box. So it's all the way across the middle here. And we're able to add horizontal lines as well to that same thing. And similar story, we're ticking and we're updating as the market moves. So let me show you this quickly in real time, because it's quite powerful how fast it's able to go. We're piping in here 2-hour bars subdivided into 30-minute bars, subdivided into 25 simulated trades per bar, which goes through our strategy engine, making decisions to buy or sell, recording those, and then updating the chart as well. Let's give it a run. So here we go. It's actually going a little bit too quick. I can't zoom in on the latest part here. You can see that this is updating as the market data is coming in. And there we go. That's the end of the simulation. So 2 years worth of data subdivided into a very fine grain of ticks or trades, simulated backtest with a 6 times profit, all using SciChart for WPF. So there you have it. We believe SciChart provides the best-in-class charting components for stock trading applications, finance, hedge funds, proprietary trading firms, algorithmic trading, whether they be on the desktop with WPF or mobile applications. Come to our website and have a look at what we do at SciChart and how we can help you. If you're building a trading application, whether you be a brokerage or maybe you're a proprietary trading firm, come to our website and have a look. And if you have any questions whatsoever, head over to contact us and ask away, and we'll be very glad to help. Thank you. Goodbye.